Welcome to my house. I am Frumpy Buckle, and you're fishing with Uncle Buck. And I'm back with the next mission in line of our performance videos here. And this one here is, we're on the Gary Scott Draco. So I'm down in Africa, down in the Congo there. We're getting ready, I'm down there doing all the missions that we got there. I took this boat with me because it's supposed to be the boat for the Congo, so I took it down there against my better judgment because I do like my rubber boats for down in the Congo, but had to test this one, had to test it out. I wanted to give it a fair shot. So, and I've been running this boat for, 2-3 weeks down there now. I got a couple of 12-day missions in there, 10-day mission, 8-day missions. Running a lot, and I really didn't like it at first when I first started fishing out of it. I'm getting a little bit used to it. So, let's go down there and take a look at what we got. All right. Where's my mouse get to? The Draco. All right. What's the specs on this guy? Well, it's got a durability of 2,000. Overall length, 24.4 foot. Its width is 7 foot. Overall weight, 2976 pound. Material aluminum. Now, this is a fishing boat. It is by no means a bass boat. It's a fishing boat. This is a tri-hull, open bow, aluminum be-all. And it's got a 300 horsepower on the back of it. Echo Sounders, OEM, Elite Pro. Rod holders too. Our first rod holders. Now, things to talk about with these rod holders, guys. I would highly suggest, if you're going to fish out of this, like I've been doing, and I didn't do it, but I know what I'm going to do the next time I come down. And that is, let's go over here real quick to my terminal tackle. Oh, I'm not at home. Can't show you. Damn it. I'm still at the Congo. All right. If you manage to get one of those Halloween bells from the Halloween mission, instead of the normal bells that we all have, because you can't see these poles when they're down in the rod stands. Naturally, there's no bite alarms on them, and you're going to want to use, definitely don't put a match rod in there because you can't hear it, you can't see the pole, so you don't know the damn thing's going off until it comes around in front of your face, or you can hear your line stretching. So what I recommend is you keep, if you're going to fish with a match rod, you keep that in your hand because at least you've got control of it, you can see it, and it dings when the bobber hits, when something hits it. Put 2 bottom rods in these rod stands up here with 2 different bells, so you can distinguish when you're looking out the front of this boat, you can distinguish whether it's your port side going off or your starboard side going off. And you know immediately, so you don't have to be swooping around trying to see which damn line is bending. You can tell just by the difference in your alarms, because that Halloween alarm is definitely nowhere near the bell alarm, so you'll know which rod's going off for sure. That's what I'm going to do next trip out. I didn't bring the Halloween one here. Of course, my first time out in this boat, I didn't realize it. But that's one of the downfalls to the 2 rod stands in there. It was very cumbersome at first, until you kind of get the idea of which rod's going off, and that will alleviate a lot of it, just to know immediately which rod to pick up, so you're not spinning around and looking, trying to find out which one's going off. All right, well, with that being said, we went over all the stats for these guys. I'm down there. Let's jump down here and take this thing for a ride. Alrighty. Now, there she is. It's a heavy boat. One thing nice about that, these big fish don't pull you around as easy. That's for sure. You got a little bit of weight there in your back pocket for them, so that's kind of nice. So here's our console operating system from here. Echo Sounder's not too shabby at all. Well, you gotta get the engine fired up, Buck, before you can. There we go. It's got the split screen duals. It's got, I like it. It looks pretty cool. Now this boat very hard to see out of driving. Number one downfall of this boat. Very hard to see out of. Once you get it, because it does lift up, it's got some horsepower to it. It'll lift up until it planes out. We're gonna make a run up here to the top. We'll see. Let's see if we can figure out when this depth finder cuts out. Let's do a split screen here. All right, we're gonna run her up to the top. Let's see what kind of acceleration. It's a big boat. It takes a while to get her going. So get her all the way up. She picks up and then planes out for you. That handle's fairly decent for a big boat. It's a fishing boat. Top speed out of this, if you're not playing around, and I've been able to get out of it, it's 51. There she is, 51. That's about as quick as you can get her. We're coming up here again. It takes a while to slow her down too, fellas. It takes a while to slow her down. But the corner's nice, so she's got that automatic slow down. Not too shabby there. Not in her eyes down there. We're liable to hit one of these big old rocks. Better slow her down, Buck. There's big old rocks down here. Alright, let's take a scoot down here. We'll get out. Down here somewhere. Can't see nothing though. Probably gonna wreck. Ah, there it is. I know where I'm at now. That's African tigerfish right there. Out here, starboard side, you'll see there's a good catfish right there. That's the Goliath tigerfish. Good spot there, and you can reach that from this ground here, fellas. This is supposed to be a boat performance. I'm giving you some of the tour already. Alright, let's head up here a little bit. We're going to cut her down in here. Okay, that's a pretty good spot here. One of my spots I like to fish at, so let's jump up here. So as you can see, it puts you out real nice. Real nice on you. You don't have a whole lot of garbage in front of you. So I do like that. Fish finder's right there in a good spot for you when you're fishing. Got a pretty good thrusting trolling motor on it. Now, what I'm talking about here is, as you can see, you can't see those rod stands from here if you're fishing here with a match rod in your hand. Alright? If you got a match rod in your hand, and one of your other ones go off, you're looking this way to see if it's this rod, or now you're backing around this way, see if it's this rod going off, especially if they're going out towards the back of your boat, depending on which way that thing ran with it. It may not run in front of you. So that's why I say it's good to have two different bells on there so you can tell right off the bat. Alright, so if we're gonna go ahead and put a couple in here. Oh, that's not the wrong right rod there. Buck, you've been wanting to fish with that all day, haven't you now? Now the other thing I suggest, if you got a bottom rod and you're throwing out there like that, that's a long ways to go to that rod stand. It's going to pull your bait 6 feet away at a minimum. Put that thing in reverse. Wind her, crank her down a little bit, crank her up, then put her in your rod stand. And it'll tighten up and it won't move your bait for you. So you hit her there, and what I usually do is as soon as it hits the water, I put it in reverse and then I just backpedal it until it hits the bottom. That's good. Throw it over in the other rod stand. Now the other thing is, if you don't want this thing to reload on you, don't pull your next rod out until you're out here facing where you want to be. Otherwise, it comes out, and then for some reason, when you get turned around to throw it in here, it has to reload on you for something. And I don't know why it's reloading, because same bait and everything. But there you have it, guys. You got 3 rods in the water. I love that about this boat. The rods are out of your way. Now, there we can see that one, so that didn't work out too bad for us. We saw it come up, so we knew which one right away. But you cannot tell by the... Well, there's our other one. Now he's going off. Alright, let's see. This was just supposed to be a boat move performance. But there. And it's not bad fighting 2 lines out, fighting 2 fish out here. You know, you just make sure you don't let them go too long, like anything else. Like this if we were on ground. Now the problem is once you have rod stands out though, and this guy's he wants to fight a little bit. Once you have your poles out here, your trolling motor does not work. It doesn't work. I think that's now a perch we got on that first one. Oh, this is one too. Little one. Alright, we'd like to talk to you a little bit, buddy, but we're kind of busy at the moment. So you kind of you want to use these fish once you get one of them caught. Using to reposition your boat before you get them back in, because I got that other rod now sitting in that rod stand. I can't use the trolling motor to help me fight the fish either, because that rod's sticking there. So that trolling motor don't work right now. And we lost him. Good way to end our boat. Well, fellas, that'll do it for the Gary Scott Draco boat. It's not a bad boat to fish out of, I must say. That's the only boat you're going to get yourself 3 rods out there like that. So that makes it nice. Again, remember that tip. Put different bells on your bottom rods. Keep your match rod in your hand. You'll do real well with this boat. It's made for putting around though. You know, it's not a fast running boat. And if you run fast in it, you're going to hit one of them trees or them rocks, and then it'll be a Disney ride at that point. You're going for a ride. I've done it. All right. Hey, I hope this helps you out a little bit. I think that pretty much so far I've hit. I think this was the last boat I had to do. I give it a thumbs up. It has its place. It's a good boat for down here. Not bad. Not any good for any of them tight channels back there, but that's why you bring a kayak with you if you're going to bring this. But I like the fact that you can really fill the net up fast here with big catfish off of one side, now perch off the other, and there's a spot down here, and you can catch your tiger fish off the front. So it don't take long to fill the net up. All right, guys. With that being said, thanks for watching. Remember to hit that like button, the subscribe button, tune the little bell. We'll be back with more. I'm getting ready to do the Congo tour videos. So, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time. Never, ever give up the fight.